What is it? Meet the 8th generation of the Rolls-Royce Phantom, which comes 14 years after the previous one to, once again, stake claim to the world's best car title. That it has come after so long makes the arrival of the Rolls-Royce's flagship an even more momentous occasion, like the coronation of a new king and with it, the continuity of a royal bloodline. If there is any car that can claim to be the king of the car world, it's the Phantom. It has been around since 1925 and is the longest-running nameplate on a car ever. But what has really distinguished this Rolls-Royce model over 8 generations and 92 years is that it has stood to represent the pinnacle of automotive luxury. "A phantom is a phantom is a phantom," said Rolls-Royce CEO Torsten Müller to drive home the point that it's the ultimate benchmark and there's nothing quite like it. In fact, Rolls-Royce likes to refer to the Phantom as a luxury good that many of its super-rich owners would buy, just like a yacht or a private jet, to indulge their lifestyles. To make the world's best car even better was never an easy task for the engineers, but with the new Phantom, they were given a great starting point, an all-new aluminium space frame that makes its debut in the latest Rolls. In fact, this new platform will underpin future Rolls-Royce models including Project Cullinan, which is the internal name for first-ever Rolls-Royce SUV. Rolls-Royce engineers opted for an aluminium chassis, not because it's lightweight, but mainly for its superior torsional rigidity, which is a good 30% more than the outgoing Phantom. A stiffer chassis is good for refinement and ride quality, which are key attributes that define a Rolls-Royce. However, to really smother the road and deliver the famed Rolls-Royce Magic Carpet ride, engineers had to conjure their own magic on the suspension and tires. The mighty Phantom rides on air springs, which come with only one setting and can't be manually adjusted. But forward-facing cameras read the road surface and signaled the suspension to alter its stiffness accordingly. Pretty high-tech for a Rolls, isn't it? But it's with the tires that Rolls-Royce has gone the extra mile to eke out that last bit of ride comfort. Under the Phantom's long hood is a 6.75-liter V12 engine again, but apart from sharing the same displacement and cylinder configuration, it's completely different to the one in the previous Phantom and is more of a reworked version of the Ghost's 6.6-liter V12. Its power output of 555 horsepower is similar to that of the outgoing car, but twin turbochargers, a first on a Phantom, boost torque to a colossal 900 Nm, which is developed from as little as 1,700 RPM. Boosting torque was given priority to enhance the whoppiness of the Phantom, which is the core of a Rolls-Royce's majestic character. And majestic is what the new Phantom still looks despite a few modern elements that have been introduced in the design. The signature Parthenon grille doesn't sit quite as proudly on the nose as before and is now flush with the body and a bit canted rearwards too. There's a reason for this, let's on Philip Cohn, Director of Engineering. In the previous Phantom, the front grille caused a bit of turbulence which hit the middle windscreen, but in the new car we've deflected the turbulent airflow above the body, he says. This is further proof that, when it comes to refinement, Rolls-Royce is unflinchingly uncompromising. All the body panels are new, but the untrained eye will have trouble telling the new Phantom apart from the previous model. Rolls-Royce hasn't deviated from the previous car's styling intentionally, because owners just love the way the Phantom body looked. The overall road presence of the new Phantom hasn't diminished, and it looks as stately and unabashedly ostentatious as ever. What's it like on the inside? Rolls-Royce's signature coach doors are rear doors hinged at the back, open wide for easy access into a cabin that is truly fit for a king. Seated in the rear, I shut the electrically operated doors with the touch of a button. The chauffeur can do it from the outside as well, to hermetically seal me off from the outside world. You can spend the whole day inside a Phantom just soaking up the unadulterated luxury oozing out of every pore. There's richness in every small detail, right from the deep pile carpets, the exquisitely stitched leather trim and fine-grain wood, to the soft leather seats with the feather-filled headrests. Seat comfort is something you won't complain about even in the standard wheelbase Phantom, which has an abundance of legroom, while the extended version has an excess of it to the point that I can sit with my legs fully stretched out. You sit nice and high in the sumptuous rear seats, which can be amply reclined. The sofa-like seats will heat or cool your backside and even massage you. This latter function is what I discovered accidentally, and in the process also exposed a minor design flaw. Up front, the seats aren't as lavish as the back, but they are hugely comfortable and come with a wide range of adjustments. For the first time on a Rolls, the front doors too can be electrically closed with the touch of a button, which relieves the front occupants from the undignified task of stretching out for the door handle. The Y-spoke steering wheel is as massive as ever but now comes with a plethora of buttons. Also giving a nod to modernity is the digital instrument cluster, which replaced the analog dials and a heads-up display for the driver. The real star of the show in the new Phantom, however, is what the Rolls-Royce calls the gallery. It's an incredibly creative idea that allows owners to customize their cars to a different level to make them works of art, literally. A single piece of fixed glass spans the width of the dashboard, covering a blank space that begins from one end of the dashboard and extends behind the retractable screen till the instrument cluster on the driver's side. Essentially, this blank surface acts a canvas for works of art, which owners can commission from their favorite artists or choose from several unique compositions that Rolls-Royce has already created. Giving owners the opportunity To have a masterpiece inside their car is a masterstroke, and what Rolls-Royce has ensured by having the gallery in the new Phantom is that no two cars are the same. You can't have it more exclusive than this. What's it like to drive and be driven in? The place to be in a Phantom is at the back, and my experience begins sitting behind the chauffeur. It's an incredible experience being whisked away in a car that just effortlessly glides forward like it's on a cushion of air. The roads in Switzerland are super smooth and have strictly enforced speed limits, which only serves to accentuate the Phantom's utterly relaxed demeanor. The odd, sharp edge we encounter in the form of a railway crossing registers as a distant, muted thud. The new Phantom simply soaks up the road quietly and efficiently, leaving you oblivious of the surface you're traveling on. The ultra-low noise levels add to the sense of calm. Rolls-Royce wasn't joking when it said it was making the world's quietest car even quieter. The big V12 engine is barely audible, and there's hardly any road or wind noise either. The cabin is so eerily silent that you could almost hear a ghost cough. The softly sprung Phantom, however, does ever so slightly heave up and down. It's not something most owners may notice, but being terribly prone to seasickness, I'm super sensitive to any low-frequency pitching movement. I would have preferred slightly stiffer dampers for a flatter ride, but Cone felt that it would hurt the secondary ride. We could have made the dampers stiffer to reduce the pitch, but then the low-speed ride comfort may have suffered, he said. There's no doubt that the Phantom doesn't like to be rushed and feels best driven in an unhurried way, even though the massive V12 is capable of propelling this 2,610 kg car to 100 kph in 5.1 seconds. On the tight and twisty Furka pass up in the Swiss Alps, the big Phantom showed astonishing agility, flitting deftly from one hairpin to another. It's easy to place the massive Phantom accurately through corners, and the brakes are superb too. That's reassuring for owners who want to take their Phantom to their favorite hill station when bad weather has grounded the chopper. Should I buy one? That's a difficult question to answer, especially if the price of a minimally spec'd Phantom, after paying nearly 200% in taxes and duties, is expected to cost Rs 8 crore on road, rising to around Rs 9.5-10 crore for a car with a decent amount of customization. Terms like value for money and bang for your buck are not part of a Phantom buyer's lexicon. What they are looking for is the ultimate luxury car, and one that they are unashamed to flaunt. The new Phantom also takes customization and exclusivity to a different level with its concept of the bespoke gallery. View the Phantom not just as an automobile, but also as a work of art which, with its ludicrously high price tag, might just start making sense, but only if you are a billionaire.